Okay. Okay, now we've killed the power. Obviously you can see it's much darker. I have this light set up that I have plugged into an outlet over there. And then I'm going to use my line tester again. And as you can hear and see, all of these lines are now dead. So now I'm going to open up this switch and we're going to replace it. Okay, all I've done so far is just take the cover off, but I wanted to show you that these screws, if you were to touch them when it's hot, they could be they could be charged, so you don't want to touch these until you've killed the power. They shouldn't be, because nothing should be touching them, but they could be. So I never mess around with this until I've killed the power. Alright, so now I have the switch pulled out, and I'm using a flashlight here, but you can kind of see inside there. I'm going to pull these guys out next. One thing to note is that on this box I can see that I have 3 lines coming in, which tells me that this guy is wired not just to get power and then pass it on, but it's sharing it with another line somewhere else. So that just means that I just got to really remember how this is coupled up when I decouple this switch and put the new one on. Not a big deal, but it's not 2 in, it's 3. Okay, now the switch is off. Here it is. It was hooked right up to these 3 wires. The power coming in, the power coming out, and the ground wire. This is the ground wire here. And this was the power in, that was the power out. You want to keep track of that when you rewire it because you want to get it hooked up the same way. Alright, now we've got it all wired up. This is the new motion sensing switch with timer. And you can see it doesn't have terminals like the old one. It just has the wires coming out, so you've got to use these electrical wire nuts to make your connections. So ground to green, black to the power, and then the load to the red coming out. Alright, let's turn it on and see if it works. Alright, so it does work. I turned the power on, but there is one problem. This is what I was afraid of. With these extra wire connections in there, this box, the blue box, is now not deep enough to push this back in. See, it's hitting all those wires in there. You don't want to crunch that in anyway. It's a safety hazard. So I'm going to have to take everything out and put a deeper box in there, or go back to my other light switch, which I really don't want to do because I want to use this one with a timer. But probably should have guessed that before I hooked everything up. Oh well. Hey guys, alright, so now I have purchased and installed a Pro Box that has a lot more room for the wire. So as you can see, it actually has this little sidecar that closes once you're done, and then it's the size of a regular box. But has a lot more space for the wire nuts, so it'll hold everything, plus the new switch. And we are finished. Lights in the workroom are working. The lights in the storage room are working. And we have the sensor, motion sensing timer light, or timer switch with button plugged in and working. So turn that off and you can see the lights go out. Or you can leave it on, and probably in about 10 minutes I think it'll shut itself off. So that's it for how you replace a light switch. I hope that was helpful. Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching. Again, this is Jason with ifinishedmybasement.com.